Are you ready to see Trudeau lie to your face again? Be warned, there's parts in this video, if you stick around and watch, that may just pull your heartstrings.
Our intent with this legislation is to target guns designed for the battlefield, not ones commonly used for hunting.
There are some guns, yes, that we're going to have to take away from people who were using them to hunt.
So you are banning hunting rifles. You're a liar. I think we need Pierre to tell us exactly how much it's going to cost Canadians. Watch.
He is wasting hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions, targeting the legitimate tools, hunting tools of rural people and First Nations. Why doesn't he put that money into securing our borders and fighting crime instead?
The reason, Pierre, and you know it, is because he wants the open borders. He wants the chaos. He wants the illegal immigration. He's doing exactly what Biden did in the States.
The Prime Minister has tried to deny that he's banning those rifles, even though First Nations have said so, his experts have said so, his own caucus members have said so. So will he stand in the House today and really look us in the eye and tell us that there are no hunting rifles on his banned list?
Let's ask Trudeau to answer the question for real one more time. Watch.
There are some guns, yes, that we're going to have to take away from people who were using them to hunt.
And how do our fellow Canadian citizens feel about all this? Well, maybe we'll let them tell us themselves. Watch.
I have a firearms license, and I'm a Canadian, and what the current government are doing regarding firearms is, how can I put this politely? It's un-Canadian, all right? It's un-Canadian. I was born here. My parents were born here. My high school had a shooting range, okay? The high schools here on PEI had shooting ranges, so it's un-Canadian what they're doing. It's got no connection to reality. It's all political, and it sucks.
When you look at crime, it's not people going out there with their hunting guns. When you look at what's actually happening, it has nothing to do with people having arms. They've had arms all their lives. Farmers and sportsmen, and they're licensed, and they go through rigorous training. I know people who hold handguns who are licensed. They put them in a safe so that they're away. They're always not loaded. They're incredibly responsible people.
We grew up in a country as hunters, and we use firearms.
I think it's very important that people have the ability to self-defend themselves, and also they have to have the ability to hunt if that's their primary source of food. But I think that they should be able to implement something, when it comes to criminal checks and things like that, just to make sure that it's not just going into anyone's hands.
Hunters deserve to have the ability to hunt and the equipment to hunt, meaning guns.
I believe the firearms ban, which originally started as purely with handguns and then reached into hunting rifles, is a complete overstretch of the government. And honestly, I believe the government is beginning to overstep their constitutional right as a federal government and are beginning to directly interfere in the provincial levels of governance.
And what would this video be without some folks from Canada that are on the other side of the fence?
We don't need guns. We just don't need guns.
I don't think there's any need for anyone other than law enforcement to have firearms in Canada.
And I wonder what it would be like under a dictator leadership like Trudeau when only the police officers could hold firearms. Let's check it out.
Look at the oppression! Look at the check! We're not touching it! You're ready for it, aren't you?
And the sad reality here is that was our Canada. Folks standing in minus 30-degree weather stating their disapproval of our dictatorship government, and that's how they get treated. And believe me, that was mild footage. I have some pretty dark stuff that our police officers did to our own citizens. So you think that police, the only ones with guns, are going to protect us? You're lying to yourself, just like Trudeau lies to you. If you want to know the real reason why he wants to ban your guns, maybe we should hear it from Pierre. Watch.
He wants to scare people and divide the country. It's the oldest trick in politics, divide and conquer, right? Divide the population and then conquer power. That is what has worked for him in multiple elections, and that is why he's pursuing this policy right now. And the second reason is that he, for the NDP liberal ideology, someone who goes out and lives off the land, hunts, takes care of their family, has a sense of independence and self-reliance separate from government. And that's exactly the opposite of the socialist ideology that Trudeau and the NDP so embrace. They can't stand the thought of that. And so they're against the rural way of life. It's contrary to their ideology. And they want everybody to be dependent on the state for everything, because that makes them more powerful.